Today we're looking at Magic the Gathering flavor fails. We're going to start off with the Scornful Egotist, a blue 7 generic 1/1 wizard, but not just any type of wizard. We got a human wizard. This is how it's been errated. Yeah, that's important because the flavor text says, once I was human, now I am far more. I can only imagine that was like a huge blunder on somebody to rename this thing a human wizard. Doesn't even look like a human as far as I'm concerned. I think the flavor text is correct. I think the errata is a complete absolute blunder. But that's a flavor fail. Those two things are not like the other. They don't make any sense whatsoever. So yeah, once was a human, but is still considered a human. As far as like if you throw him into a human deck, you know, champion of the parish is going to be happy to see you. Well, Thou's lieutenant going to be happy to see you. And so on. All right, moving on. We've got the Cytoplast Manipulator. It's a blue 2 generic 0/0. Now, I'm not going to read the rest. It's not important. What is important is that this is a human wizard mutant. Now, if you're familiar with the mutate archetype, you're not allowed to mutate on a human, which means this thing, which is a mutant, cannot be mutated because it just so happens to already be a human. The Cytoplast Manipulator. Of all the things, of all the creature types that could be mutated, this is not going to be one of them. And my last one, which is talked about within the Merfolk community all the time. Svelune of Sea and Sky. Prefer the full art version. 3/4 for 3 mana, but the deal is this. It's got a lot of abilities on it, but for being a god, a Merfolk god of the sea and the sky, she does not have Island Walk, and she does not have Reach. She's a god of the sky, can't block flyers. You tell me how that makes sense. That is an absolute flavor fail. Instead, she draws cards, she gives ward, and also like, you know, she has indestructible. That has nothing to do with the sea and sky as far as I'm concerned. So that also is a flavor fail. I never knew there was flavor text. Oh, you mean on the morph guy? All right, guys, have any more flavor fails? By the way, when you give me your flavor fails, you gotta explain to me what the flavor fail is. We've got Balder. Good morning. Grave Titan is not a zombie. Oh yeah, that is a bit. That's a funny one, isn't it? Brings the zombies, but not a zombie himself, despite the fact that he's very zombie-like. We've got black 4 generic 6/6 giant death touch. Grave Titan will bring all the zombies to the yard. Because when it enters the battlefield or attacks, put 2/2 black zombie creature tokens onto the battlefield. Death in form and function. Looks like a zombie. What the hell's going on with his gut over here? I guess they're just spilling. Or maybe he eats a zombie eater. He's just dispensing them as he moves around. But yeah, it would make a whole lot more sense if he was a zombie himself. Toads with a Gorilla Titan. Oh, is it not going to be a gorilla or an ape? No, it is. Okay, so it's a 5 mana 4/4 ape with trample. Gorilla Titan. Oh, is it not a giant? Gorilla Titan gets +4/+4 as long as there are no cards in your graveyard. I want a banana this big. It may not exist. I don't understand what the flavor fail here is, but most of the titans are all giants. This is a titan that's only ape. Oh, it's more ape than giant, I'm assuming. Okay, we got Darth Med. Every time I look at Hungry Mist, I feel like it should have flying. Oh, like, yeah, because it's all floating around everywhere. Green 2 generic for a 6/2. At the beginning of your upkeep, sacrifice Hungry Mist unless you pay green. Maybe it's just... Maybe floating and flying are two different things, and floating is just not a mechanic that we have yet. Noble Heritage doesn't give the creature type Noble? Noble Heritage... Oh, I think... But I think... Isn't it, like, aren't those two different nobles? There is a noble... I think noble is, like, a type of person, and then noble is, you know, your... a type of attitude, an attribute of a person. Alright, so we got white, 1 generic, legendary enchantment. Commander when you own have when this creature enters the battlefield and at the beginning of your upkeep, each player may put 2 counters, +1/+1 counters, on a creature they control. For each opponent who does, you gain protection from that player until end of turn. Noble heritage. So hold on, what do you want it to do? You want, doesn't give the creature type noble. Whatever. Whatever. Rocco, not a demon, he's an elf. Oh, is this that guy? Yeah, like, so we had this discussion before. I mean, totally looks like the devil, right? So it looks like some sort of demon thing, but there is like a class of elves, I think, that look like this. Someone showed me, and what plane is this from? This is from Capenna or whatever. So yeah, this guy's actually, weirdly enough, it's an elf. So very devil red looking guy. Oh, sorry. Actually, someone. It's like an NB. I can't remember. But anyway, this fellow Rocco. They're actually an elf. Anyway, Dylan, thank you very much for the super chat. Saruman the White, new set. Saruman the White. We gotta start looking. Flavor fails right out of the gate. We got blue 4 generic 4/4 Avatar Wizard. Saruman the White, but it is a blue creature. 100% blue. Doesn't even look white even in the picture. Blue orb over there. Avatar Wizard. What does he do? Ward 2. Whenever you cast your second spell each turn, amass orcs 2. Yeah, that's a bit weird. I mean, they could have at least made him Azorius, right? I swear that it could have been an Azorius thing. Yeah, that's a super flavor fail. Just staring at the card. It's like Saruman the White, but this is a blue card. What's going on here? Is it Gandalf the Grey, not Orzhov? Oh yeah, I guess white and black would mix into that. That'd be funny. Robert with the super chat. Tasha's hideous laughter. Doesn't have frost/stun effect despite the spell literature making its target laugh and roll around uncontrollably. Oh yeah. Well, I guess that, I don't know. I guess it's a different thing. Like they could choose to not laugh. Tasha's hideous laughter. I guess it was a good joke. The raging beher reared back, opened its terrible maw, and collapsed in a fit of horrifying giggles. But I guess the problem is maybe you should be stunned. The person getting hit is you, not the creature. That's the deal. If it targeted a creature, it would make a whole lot of sense. All right, we. Pasakoya says Hungry Mist is just a hot box. For anyone that knows what hot boxing is, I guess so. All right, moving on. El Winter. I'm always confused about stuff like Allosaurus Rider. I know! I'm totally in the same camp as you. We should have probably a whole show just based around this stuff. Not being a dinosaur. I know he's riding the dinosaur, but it feels weird. Obviously, like the power and toughness, people. You know, Allosaurus Riders power and toughness are each equal to 1 plus the number of lands you control. Let's be serious here. The more lands you control, the rider is not getting stronger. It's not like he gets more powerful. It's the dinosaur that is getting more powerful. Somehow the creature type is just the elf warrior. Anyway, I'm in complete total agreement. None of these types of cards should be the creature type of the person riding on the back. It's not the one dealing any damage here. I don't care if they're the one in control. We are the one in control. We're in control of all this garbage. You know? You know what I mean? Moving on. We got Wojtek. Thanks so much, Wojtek. Liliana of the Dark Realms. She likes swamps now. Liliana of the Dark. She likes swamps now, does she? Okay, so black, 2 generic for a 3 loyalty Liliana. Search your +1. Search your library for a swamp. Reveal it. Put it into your hand. Then shuffle your library. -3. Target creature gets +X/X or -X/X until end of turn, where X is the number of swamps you control. You get an emblem with swamps you control. Have tap, add black. I don't get it. I don't understand the flavor fail. Maybe I don't know the flavor well enough. Dark Realms, she likes... Does this imply at the time that she did not like swamps? Sort of looks like she likes swamps in this thing. More swamps, more good. Swamp me up, daddy. Basically. For each swamp, you makes the creature smaller. More swamps, you get more mana. I don't get it, though. Her abilities have nothing to do with zombies, which is her thing usually. Ah, oh, I see. Okay, so back then, she was a zombie person. And truth be told, a lot of the planeswalkers at the time were zombie-centric. Well, this one's honestly, Wojtek, this is a lot of very hard to interpret because, I mean, you'd have to really know the lore for that. Was this one of the first Lilianas? I want to say this is one of the first Lilianas. Alright, moving on. What do we got here? Oh, New Capenna. That was the plane I was thinking about. Alright, Christopher B. Remove soul counters. Many a spell that objectively would have no soul. Remove soul counters many a spell that... do you know that? Or maybe, I guess, the soul of an artifact, maybe? Okay, we got a blue 1 generic counter target creature spell. So it's supposed to remove the soul of the particular creature spell. And I guess that counters it. But what about the creatures with no soul? Like the Chimeric Idol. It's an artifact. Them artifact creatures. Do they have a soul? It's getting philosophical around here. I know what you mean, but I can't think of an example of a creature that would have no... Or is there actually... Hold on. There's got to be some soulless... Let's just look one up. Let's look up a soulless creature. Here, the Soulless Jailer can get countered by the removed soul. See, the Soulless Jailer should have protection from remove soul right there. And that's a new card. 2 mana for a 0/4 Phyrexian Golem. Some of them Phyrexians don't have no soul. I think they are removing more than one than the soul over there. Yeah, yeah, they'll take away your skin and bones too. They gotta get past the flesh to get to the soul. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? All right, what do we got next? We got Turia, Whip, Poor Will. It doesn't have flying. Is this where? Are we gonna like look at a million cards? Oh my god. It's literally a bird. What does it have? Clipped wings or something? Green 1/1. Double green tap. Until end of turn, target creature may not regenerate and damage done to target creature may not be prevented or redirected. If target creature goes to the graveyard, remove it from the game. It does a lot of stuff, but it does not fly. Yeah, this is like, I don't know, how does it get around? Just bouncing on tree branches or something? This is crazy. It is literally a bird. How many birds? I mean, hey, there's plenty of birds that don't fly. You know, shout out to the penguins. Shout out to, like, chickens that are too fat to get off the ground. So, you know, there's a lot of birds that, you know, they stick low to, they like to feel the grass beneath their feet. But still, this doesn't look like one. Yeah, this one looks like a finch. It absolutely should fly. That is a huge flavor fail. Okay, what do we got? What super chat do we have next? We got Ecos. Indestructible Aura. Is neither of these things. Really? Oh yeah, you're true. Indestructible Aura is an instant. That's, okay, it's not an aura. And it's not indestructible. 1 white. Any damage dealt to target creature for the rest of the turn is reduced by... What a terrible flavor fail. Maybe, did auras exist back then? Yeah, I think they did. Yeah, they did. Auras have always existed. Although it wasn't called an aura, it was called the creature enchantment. You enchanted the creatures. They had such technical words back then. World enchantment, poly artifact, creature enchantment. What a world we lived in. World enchantment, enchantment, creature enchantment. Oh well, I can't say that the rules are any more clear by today's standards, but they have changed in their complexity. Yeah, not indestructible, not an aura. Great example. We saw this last time, Pedgeman. Yeah, Nylea does not have reach, even though she has a bow and arrow, which I think is just bizarrely stupid. What else do we got next? Okay, we got Squid Squad MTG power word kill. Being able to hit undead creatures like spirits and zombies always gave me a small chuckle. Okay, the power word kill. What is that even supposed to mean? Black, 1 generic, instant, destroy target, non-angel, non-devil, demon, non-devil, and non-dragon. You know, I mean, to speak in, like, a larger point of the game, it made no sense to me that, like, ghosts and spirits could die at all. Like, I'm not saying, like, these things should be indestructible, but it would seem to me that it would make more sense that if a spirit was destroyed, that it would go to exile, like, because, like, why would it go to the graveyard? They're already dead. How did they become a spirit in the first place? So I find that, like, that's a weird flavor fail in the grand scheme of Magic Gathering. But yeah, you can kill, go kill spirits with words. Power word kill. It's probably, is there something else I'm missing here? Why is this specifically a flavor fail aside from, so power word kill is a D&D spell? Anyway. If anyone understands the D&D reference, great. I don't. Not a D&D person. Alright, we got Lord Magicus. Lord of the Rings, One Ring is famously not all upside. Well, isn't the original... Okay, hold on. We got, One Ring. Okay, the One Ring. We got 4 generic. It's indestructible. When the One Ring enters the battlefield, if you cast it, you gain protection from everything until your next turn. At the beginning of your upkeep, you lose 1 life for each burden counter on the One Ring. That's true. You know what? Golem would have been dead by then if the One Ring damaged him 1 by 1. It should be something like, I don't know, you lose half your life, rounded up or something. Or maybe rounded down, but you always have life no matter what. And then put a burden counter on the One Ring, then draw a card for each burden counter on the One Ring. Yeah, you lose 1 life for each burden counter on the One Ring. Wild card. This is the greatness at any cost card. We have a new greatness at any cost. This is a new Dark Confidant. You want them cards? Go for it. It's gonna cost you life though. It's gonna turn you to the dark side of the ring. Wojtek says, they kind of explained why they made the ring tempts you mechanical upsides. Is it flavor fail if they were aware of it from the start? Hold on. So what did I understand? Is famously not all upsides? Oh, the ring tempting you should be dangerous to your... Oh! So hold on, do we see the tempting part of this? The ring tempts you, MTG. The One Ring. Okay, hold on. Open image and new tab. So, okay, so this is the part that should be dangerous to your health, not the actual One Ring itself. It specifically meant the ring tempts you. It'd be cool if the ring tempting you was more of a game of hot potato where you don't want to keep it. Ah, I see. Yeah, this is like, what's it called? The new, initiative mechanic. The ring bearer can't be blocked by creatures with greater power. Ring bearer attacks, you draw a card, discard a card. Becomes blocked by a creature, that creature's controller sacks at the end of combat. And whenever the ring bearer deals combat damage to a player, each opponent loses 3 life. This is all complete upside. Ring's supposed to corrupt you. The ring is bad for you. It's bad for your health. Just like Golem. You don't want to become like Golem, right? Like this rotting little maggot hobbit of some sort. Anyway, okay, moving on. We got a bunch of super chats. Let's get through them all. King Ginger, thanks so much. Lightning Elemental is killed by a lightning bolt. Yeah, or any fight. It should have protection from... I don't know how would you put it. I guess you could say it has protection from red spells, maybe? Because, like, why would a lightning bolt kill this thing? Or I don't know, maybe there's something about energy I don't know. When like one source of energy hits another source of energy, it like neutralizes it and it'll go poof, gone. I'm not a physics major. I took physics a little bit in high school, and then after a few classes I was like, okay, my math sucks too much for this. I'm out. I'm tuning out. Sorry, everybody. See you in consumer math. Yeah, we have red 3 generic, just a 4/1 with haste. It's an elemental, but it dies to its own power. Yeah, it should have protection from lightning bolt, lightning helix, all the lightning stuff. Yeah, ball lightning also dies to bolt. All these lightning cards should have protection from any card with the word lightning in it. Yeah, the vibrations of the photons will wiggle in just the right way to nullify the wiggling photons of the elemental. All right, so we got some physics majors here saying maybe it's not that big of a flavor fail as we think. When a red instant or sorcery deals damage to it, gains that much power. Oh! Yeah, I don't know what maybe the lightning bolt will fuel it. That's pretty cool. I like that idea. At the very least. So, either it shouldn't die, or it should get bigger. Maybe it should die. I don't know. Alright, what we got next? Next in Super Chat land, we got Barracats. Thank you so much for your Super Chat. Orcish Bowmasters doesn't have reach. Yeah, what kind of master is this? It's got flash. So black 1 generic 1/1 when Orcish Bowmasters enter the battlefield, and whenever an opponent draws a card except for the first one they draw in each of their draw steps, Orcish Bowmasters deals 1 damage to any target. Then amass Orcs 1. This is a flavor fail. I guess they're just not good at aiming at long distance. Their eyesight is not that good. They're more of a short range sort of archer. That's the only way I can explain this. It makes no other sense. No, it dies, but chains to everything. Okay. Good card, though. Maybe? Like, probably this is... I don't know if this is going to be a good card. It's a pathetically small card, and if you have any experience against people drawing cards, they just won't draw any cards while it's out. Or so long as, like, they have creatures that will die to it, at least. Oh, wait, yeah, they're both masters. And you know what? I don't think you can call yourself a master if you cannot shoot long-range, like, flying creatures. Like, what kind of master are you? That's not a master. It's just a short-range master. That is still a very huge flavor fail. Like it's good with curiosity-like effects where every damage... Oh my god! Whenever it enters the battlefield, whenever an opponent draws a card... Oh, you know what? I'm underestimating this. It enters the battlefield thing. It just pings at entering the battlefield. Whenever an opponent draws a card... It's hard. You need your opponents to draw a card. If your opponents are not drawing extra cards, you get nothing out of it. I don't think that's actually a combo. It's not a combo that would reliably work anyway. Okay, Abzo says, why battle cannot attack? Why battle... So let's look at one of the battles. I don't really understand the... Sorry, is it called invasion? Invasion of something. Let's look at invasion of Alara. Why battles cannot attack? Because it's literally it's a scene. I think that's the idea. It's a scene, and after the scene is done, you get... I don't understand why after the scene's done you get a creature or you get a sort of card. But you fight in the battle. I sort of do understand that flavor. It makes sense. Geyer, pin to earth. I think we did this one before. Blue 1 generic enchant creature. Enchanted creature gets -6, -0. But some stuff still has flying. Like if you pin to earth the like a birds of paradise, it's not like it can't attack. It still has flying. So it's not technically pinned to the... It should say and creature loses flying. That would make a whole lot of sense. Yeah, they still can fly even after that. Pretty some words missing from pinned to earth. Not quite as pinned as we originally thought. Okay, we got Geyer with the Grim Captain's Call. What do any of those creatures have to do with each other? Alright, well, let's try to find out. Black 2 generic. Sorcery, return a pirate card from your graveyard to your hand, and then do the same for vampire, dinosaur, and merfolk. Oh, because it's from Well, I don't know why they would take the call of the captain, to be honest. They probably should only take the call of pirates. But it's all from Ixalan. When the battle is over, the bitterest foes at last find common ground. I think there were some vampire pirates. Was there I think there were some vampire pirates. So maybe return a pirate card from your graveyard to your hand, then do the same. I do agree. It makes no sense that anyone would take the call of the captain, or the craptain for that matter. If you're a dinosaur or merfolk, dinosaur would be like, F off, I don't care. Get out of here, I have better things to do. That is a flavor fail. Define elf, 1/1 with trample. So what? It's a green 1/1 elf with trample. I lost one home when Yavimaya was destroyed. I will not lose another. He's defiant. I don't know why he would have... No, I don't understand why it doesn't have trample. I don't know why he's not called an archer. He doesn't have reach. This is a very strange... Is this guy a zombie? He looks half dead. This actually is... I didn't mean to go into this, but I mean, this is a very strange image. Nothing makes sense. Okay, first off, the guy looks completely dead. Looks like a zombie. Second, he's wielding a bow and arrow, but doesn't have reach, isn't called an archer, isn't called anything. Defiant elf has a bow, but not an archer. Yeah, there is flavor fail to this. And I guess that's it. Looks like he's rotting away. All right, next up, we got a super chat. We've got Blue Bomber. Also, deification doesn't make your planeswalker a deity, aka a god, or give indestructible. Deification. White 1 generic enchantment as deification enters the battlefield. Choose a planeswalker type. Planeswalkers you control of the chosen type have hexproof. What's a planeswalker type? Like their name? Like Jace? I don't know what they mean by that. As long as you control a creature, if damage dealt to a planeswalker you control of the chosen type would result in all loyalty counters on it being removed. Instead, all but one of those counters are removed. But I thought it had indestructible. Oh no, it has hexproof. Sorry, it doesn't have indestructible. Yeah, it doesn't turn it into a god. I guess planeswalkers just can't be a god. Weird stuff. What does Jesse have to say about Werebear? Werebear. What about him? Green 1 generic 1/1 human bear druid. What? This thing's a human? To become is to understand. Did it transform or something? So hold on, is it like is the flavor is that it's a 1/1 and then when you have threshold it becomes a bear? Human bear druid. I almost want to say this was like a werewolf or something. I don't understand this card. I never really thought about it here. I didn't even know it was a human in the first place. Werewolf equals werebear. But it's not even called a werewolf. Yeah, like a werewolf, it's a transformed human. Oh, I get it. So it's like, it's a werebear. Okay, I think the flavor makes sense. He has the right to bear arms. Is that one of the old ones? He exercises his right to bear arms. He does bear arms. All right, I think this is a flavor win. You got to think about it a little bit, but, I get it. I got it. Passecoya with Whir Critter. Whir Critter. Does such a thing exist? Or are you just making a comment here? Oh, I thought this is an actual card. Okay, hold on. Eye gouge on the eyes. Eye gouge. Christopher B. Oh, yeah, this thing. Black instant. Target creature gets -1/-1 until end of turn. If it's a Cyclops, destroy it. But hold on. But what's the, what is the flavor fail here? I can't remember. There's some things that are like this thing kills Mutavault. Even though Mutavault doesn't really have any eyes. Oh, but I know that there are flavor fails with Eye Gouge. Eye is a creature type too. Oh! What's an eye creature then? like homunculus? Something like that. There we go. Not a Cyclops, but if you hit the... Oh, but it will kill it, though. Look, it's a 1/1. They got that covered. But it's still an eye if it's a voracious reader, but it will not kill it. Ah, that's interesting. We got Evil Eye here. You guys want to talk about Evil Eye? The Evil Eye will not kill Evil Eye, even though obviously it's just one eye. Meant to blow up eyes. Yeah, that's a flavor fail. Only kill Cyclopses, weirdly enough. I don't even know why I would kill him and just make him blind. Just make him horribly... Put him in a very precarious position. Alright, we're going to look at more flavor fails. But we got to first thank our sponsors, FusionGamingOnline.com. You excited for those Lord of the Rings flavor fails? You want to get Saruman the White, even though he's blue? You can go pick those up at FusionGamingOnline.com. Pre-order your Lord of the Rings Tales of Middle-earth today. You could also get all those singles. If you just need specific cards from the set, go get them at Fusion Gaming. Use coupon code Nikachu at checkout for 5% off all your purchases. We're also going to thank Mana Traders, the premier place for renting Magic cards online. There's going to be a big new influx of cards moving into Modern and Legacy thanks to Lord of the Rings, and you're going to want to playtest those cards because it's cheaper when you're just borrowing and sending them back and playing all new variations of decks when you're renting with Mana Traders. You can support the channel using my Mana Traders link in the description below or save 10% off your first 2 months using coupon code Nikachu_PG2. Get that 10% off. Enjoy all the new cards. Alright, moving on to more flavor fails. What do we got here? We got more super chats. Blue Bomber, thanks so much, Blue Bomber. Love you. Vorinclex Monstrous Raider doesn't have the monstrous keyword. You're probably right. So, okay, if anyone doesn't know, Monstrous is an ability that you can, like, pay mana for. The creature becomes monstrous. You put a bunch of counters on it. This card claims it is well, I mean, hey, we don't know what the form looked like before. So maybe, like, maybe they're going to one day make another Vorinclex that's, like, a 2/2, and you can make it Monstrous 4, and you get, like, 4+1/+1 counters on it. This is, like, the sequel. Maybe they're going to make a prequel of Vorinclex. But yeah, it does not have a monstrous, because this is the form that's already monstrous. But yeah, it does not have monstrous as a card type whatsoever. We got, what does Gareth have to say? I think this Lord of the Rings set will trigger me too much. There's a reason I never watched the the PJ movies. Some people are just very, as they say, the book is always better, isn't it? The book is always better. Personally couldn't read through the whole book, but you know, I'm older, maybe I can tolerate it now. Vidya! Not a flavor fail that you can see on the card itself, but I always thought it was dumb that they made Teysa the Orzhov. Teysa the Orzhov race. Teysa, am I spelling Teysa right? Oh, Teysa, Orzhov sign. Okay, they made Teysa the Orzhov race running in Dragon's Maze, considering she needs a cane to walk. Oh, does she? Well, whatever. She just moved very fast. She's faster with the cane. I don't understand. Is there a flavor fail to being in the Orzhov colors, though? Sacrifice 3 white creatures, remove target creature from the game. Whenever another black creature you control is put into the graveyard from play, put a +1/+1 white spirit creature token with flying into play. If anyone else can relate, then that's a flavor fail. What else do we have here? Dick! Where have you been, Dick? Alright, we got Mystic Remora is an enchantment and not a fish. I can't remember what it is. There's some sort of reason, like, there's not even supposed to be a fish on here or something like that. Yeah, it's Mystic Remora. It is an enchantment. It's an enchanted fish. I can't remember. There is a story behind this card that I just don't know. There's like a little bit more to it. Oh, the person isn't talking about a card. Yeah, I understand. They're talking about the flavor of her having a cane, and she apparently had to run through the dragon's maze. Anyway, I don't know. Should have moved fast. Fish chant. I like that. Fish chantment. Okay, Remora are the fish that attach to others, if I recall correctly. Hey, Yvonne, Esper Sentinel only costs 1 white mana. I guess there would be a lot of, I guess there'd be a lot of cards like that. They're called, like, you know, Boros or Dimir, when really they're only, like, one like, color. So yeah, Esper. Esper is white, blue, and black. This one, only white. Whenever an opponent casts their first non-creature spell each turn, draw a card, unless that player pays X, where X is Esper Sentinel's power. But it'd be, like, too broken if they made, like, a hybrid white, black, blue. Imagine that. That would be broken. Anyone, I would hate to see that 3 damn colors could play this card. That'd be just beyond stupid. Next we got King Ginger. Gisela has 2 swords, but only has first strike. Oh, that's a good catch. Okay, which one? The Broken Blade? Oh, no, this one. You're talking about this one. It should be double strike. Flying first strike. I guess one is just for show. The other one is not. It could be that's definitely a double strike contender. If a source would deal damage to an opponent or permanent opponent controls, that source deals double that damage to that player or permanent instead. So they obviously acknowledge the double strike in the creature if you deal damage to the opponent. So if a source would deal damage to you or a permanent you control, prevent half that damage. Oh. Okay, so if it deals double strike damage to the opponent, why doesn't it deal double strike damage to the creature? I guess it is a flavor fail. They probably just thought it was OP, so they just decided not to do that. Yeah, she does double the damage anyway. It also seems that one of the swords is more for defense than offense. So anyway, hey, really nice catch. Super flavor fail right there. Big flavor fail. This is a show where this sound is a good thing. Oh, we got Blue Bomber. Thank you so much for the super chat. Also, deification doesn't make your planeswalker a deity. Oh, I saw that one. Sorry about that. Yeah, we did that one. Jacob. Cogwork Archivist. What do we got going on over here? Okay, 6 mana for a 4/5 construct with reach. Pay 2, tap target card from a graveyard. Put target card from a graveyard on top of its owner's library. Cogwork Archivist. I don't get it. What's the fail here? You named me a card, my fellow man. But I don't know what the fail is here. Does anyone else write Cogwork Archivist? It's like a librarian, really. It's a AI librarian of some sort. Jacob's pick looks like he's about to drop an album. It's possible. Oh, it's on the bottom? Okay, it's the largest library in the multiverse. Of course, it has the largest librarians. Put target card from a graveyard on the bottom. Oh! I see. You put it on the bottom of the library, but actually this guy's putting it at the top of the library. This guy's reaching up high. Yeah, it's complete opposite. Really, it should be taking cards from I don't know, from a graveyard back on top. But you wouldn't want to do that. I don't know, maybe you put it on top of the library, 6th from the top. Put target card from a graveyard. Okay, I guess the problem is if you had that, would it be broken? It's 6 mana. It's a 6 mana creature with reach. Pretty wild card. Yeah, you could just infinitely put your best card back on top of your library over and over again. So they couldn't have that happen. Anyway. Is it, Toilet Doc says, is it me or does that artwork look like he's on a Segway? Yeah, it is. I totally agree. They got Segways in the multiverse. Segway it up. Okay, I like this one. This is a great one. Gareth! With the super chat. Bear Cub can kill plural grizzly bears. Bear Cub can kill grizzly bears. Every little cub has its mother's teeth to guard it. Is there another? Bear Cub can kill plural. What am I missing here? Coffee Crew, help me. Help me. I mean, yeah, it can. Oh, you're saying that because it's a cub, this is a baby. Do I have a baby sound effect here? Where's my baby sound effects? I got nothing. I got no baby sound effect. Yeah, so a grizzly bear is a full-grown adult bear, and somehow these are matched up. These are an equal fight between the cub and a full-grown adult. Gave birth to something that can kill you. Yeah, means it kills the grizzlies. Baby bear beats up normal bears. So, like, what does are there any babies in this game? Like, 0-1 creature. It has to be a 0-1 creature, because if you make it a 1-1, then it can kill, like, full-trained soldiers. Man, there's so many full-trained soldiers in this game that are 1-1s, and that can't even beat a bear cub. Yeah, that's a flavor fail. Super flavor fail. Bears. Oh, yeah. Grizzly. Is it called grizzly bears? Oh, that's true. It's more than one bear. So I guess each bear represents a 1-1. Who would win in a fight? One bear cub, or several grizzly bears? Well, according to Magic the Gathering, the bear cub is an equal fight. It's equal. Okay, that was great. Geyer is back here. Blood-soaked champion. Oh yeah, we've seen this one before. It's one of my favorite flavor fails. Blood-soaked champion, black 2/1 human warrior. 2 shields. They sort of act like weapons. They've got, like, these spikes on them, but really, they're still shields. Can't block. Nope, this creature can't block for crap. Guess it just blows away in the wind. Barracat! Omniscience, you don't get unlimited knowledge. Omniscience. Honestly, I don't even know what omniscience means as a word. So in omniscient, but with the card, you can cast spells from your hand without paying their mana cost. So you have unlimited. So you really have unlimited mana, but you do not have unlimited knowledge. The things I once imagined would be my greatest achievements were only the first steps towards a future I can only begin to fathom. Omniscience means to know everything. So you should omniscience should say you have, like, access to your entire library. You can cast anything. Yeah, all knowledge. Yeah, that's a flavor fail. Well, what is it called? There's, like, some card that draws your deck, isn't it? Omniscience plus Enter the Infinite, I think. You make flavor reality. You make the flavor reality. Can't even fly. Your name is a flavor fail. Okay, does the flavor of goblins failing count like a goblin gardener? Goblin gardener. Failing count? Okay, Goblin Gardener, red 3 generic, 2/1 goblin. When Goblin Gardener is put into a graveyard from play, destroy target land. Years of attempts have brought the goblins no closer to growing a sausage tree. That is disgusting. Is it any different? Grow food in dirt, save time, eat dirt. That makes more sense. Does the flavor of goblins failing count? Not really. I think this is the whole point of the card. They suck at gardening, so they're actually blowing up the land. So actually, it's a flavor win. It's a flavor win. Zarthar, enter the Infinite and Omniscience should have totally been swapped. That's true, actually. You know, enter the Infinite. That should have been Omniscience. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. That makes a whole lot of sense. Where you can just play whatever the hell you want from your hand. That makes a lot of sense. These two cards should have been... I mean, they were meant for each other, but the names should have been swapped. And then that would have been a flavor win. Okay, we got Van the Man Rasuru. Ground Assault. Can target flying creatures from the Gurlin? The hell can target... Oh! So green-red, ground assault deals damage to target creature equal to the number of lands you control. It should be non-flying creatures. It specifically says ground assault. Oh, but somehow it's taking care of a flying creature in the image. It's taking care of a dragon. Taking down a dragon is easy. All you need is enough space to get in a good swing. That makes no sense. It's a total flavor fail. So they even acknowledge they can hit flying creatures in the image, but then it shouldn't be called a ground assault. Yeah, it took down a dragon. The ground is assaulting. I guess so. Oh, we already did the pin to earth. It's a great one. All right, next super chats. We got Rob Boy. Love your Rob Boy. Oryx. Just look that up. Oryx by itself. Oryx Slumbering Isle is not an island. Is the Kraken the island itself? So Eric Methus, Slumbering Isle, enters the battlefield tapped with 5 slumber counters on it. As long as Eric's Methus has a slumbering counter on it, it's a land. Okay, so it's literally a land. So it's acknowledging it in the flavor. When you cast a spell, you may remove a slumber counter from Eric Methus. You can add a green and a blue. It probably should have been... Oh, yeah, well, okay. I bet they could not do that, because otherwise you could fetch it into play. I'm sure like that is the flavor, but the problem is that if you make, let's say you make it an island forest, now you could fetch out a 12/12 creature with Misty Rainforest. That would be just banned on the spot. It would be banned before it even got printed. Island in the art too. So anyway, it is a flavor fail. But for practical reasons, we cannot do that. We cannot make 12/12 creatures. Yeah, so search your deck for an island card, because it would be an island card. I wonder if there's a way of getting around it, like, you know, like just have it in text, like this card counts as an island and forest, but is not like the subtype of island and forest. Anyway, yeah, pretty good one. Gareth, Island Fish, Jasconus isn't either. Jasconus, or Jasconius. That is disgusting. Blue, 4 generic. Doesn't untap during your untap step. Can't attack if defending player controls no islands. If at that time you control no islands, bury Island Fish Jasconus. It is an island fish at the time. They have errated the card though to not be an island anymore. Oh, that'd be wild. Fetch this thing out. Does it have an upkeep cost? Does not untap during your untap phase. Cannot attack if defending player controls no islands. Blue, untap Island Fish. Use this ability only during your upkeep. I wonder, would that be fair if you could fetch this guy out? It's not a... You'd have to attack with like 4 of them in order to win. It probably could be... It might be fair? Might danger? I don't know. I'd give it a shot. Alright, Ecos, thanks so much for your super chats. Batterskull has no trample despite being a ram. Is it? I guess it is a ram. Alright, so living weapon, equipped creature gets +4/+4 and has vigilance and lifelink. You can return back to your hand. It's ramming this guy right now. Actually, there's 2 people. I didn't notice the second person in this image. Do all rams have trample? Is that a... Are there any rams in this game? There is definitely some rams in this game. I don't know what their names are. Well, I can't confirm. I don't know if being a ram is inherently something with... gives it something trample. Like, if you try to ram into a wall, I mean, it's not going to trample over, you're just going to get stone blocked, right? Turn 1, fetch. Well, yeah, but you still have to pay the upkeep cost of like 3 mana every turn on that island. Okay, Alpha Prime says Arcanus the Omnipotent doesn't have infinite power. That is true. Not very omnipotent, are we? You are simply a 3/4 creature that draws 3 cards, and certainly, you know, that's pretty good value. But you are not omnipotent, Arcanus. You're exaggerating your greatness. What is... Okay, Ultmedo says, Thassa isn't a merfolk. Huge flavor fail. That's true. I don't know why they did that. Like, so all the Thassa cards, it's just a god. Yeah, it's probably... It's because there's like... There's no more room left on this card. It's a legendary enchantment creature god. And they have to do that for all of them. So they can't, like, give an enchantment... Or they could make it, like, merfolk, god, merfolk... Druid, god, like druid god. They just ran out of room on the card text. Palpatine has more unlimited power. Yeah. More power to Palpatine. Stranger Candy. Treasure chest. Actually, for that, you should get a Legend of Zelda sound effect. It's treasure chest equals artifact. Mimic equals artifact treasure. Treasure chest equals artifact. But what are you saying? Mimic equals artifact treasure? Okay, let's get. So the Mimic is a 2-mana treasure. It's an artifact that's a treasure. You sack it to add mana. But you're telling me the treasure chest equals an artifact. The Mimic equals artifact treasure. So you're like, these are like artifact. These are treasure artifact. The treasure chest is an artifact, but this treasure, this artifact is just a treasure. Treasure chest isn't treasure. Okay, I think that's the point we're trying to get here. Treasure chest is not actual treasure. Do not sack for mana. And Mimic is a treasure, not a shapeshifter. Mimic is a... Yo, that's actually true. Yeah. This thing's a shapeshifter, not an actual treasure. What the hell is going on in this card? This was a huge flavor fail. Mimic's not even a creature? Oh yeah, it's not even... What a weird card. But it can become a shapeshifter artifact creature. So if you pay the mana, it becomes it, but it's not already itself. That's a weird thing. Sean, Season of the Witch. Season of... Sean McCartney. What is the flavor fail here? Season of the Witch. Black, black, black. At the end of each player's turn, all of his or her untapped creatures that could have attacked but did not are destroyed. I don't get it. What is the flavor fail in this one? It's not particularly obvious to me. What is it? It's not actually Halloween? El Gran Fatso says, must be a rookie Mimic. No one with those teeth on full display. Ain't fooling no one with those teeth on display like that, yeah. That's not a treasure chest. There's no flavor. It makes no sense. At the beginning, so at the end of each player's turn, all of his or untapped creatures that could have attacked but did not are destroyed. If you do not pay 2 life during your upkeep, Season of the Witch is destroyed. Effects that prevent or redirect damage may not be used to counter this loss of life. Basically, you know, destroy untapped creatures that didn't attack this turn except creatures that could attack. Maybe everyone's on a witch hunt, and if they don't participate, they're assumed a witch and burned at the stake. I guess that's supposed to be what it is. Not sure. Anyway. I don't know what the flavor fail is on this one, to be honest. I don't know what the flavor win is, though, either. So, you know, I'm not for or against this one. Next we've got... what do we have here? Marcelo! Go for the throat or a headless horseman. Oh my god, go for the throat. And then headless horseman. Yeah, no head here. Head there is not. But it's really more, it's a zombie knight? Is that what this guy is? I thought you can kill a zombie by cutting off their head. But if you go for the throat, the headless horseman, you know, basically effectively chopping their head off, destroy target non-artifact creature, it shouldn't affect if there is nothing. I mean, you could still go for some throat. Not that I think it would be a big deal. But yeah, that's a flavor fail. I like that one. Okay, what do we have in chat here? Oh, Meek, I didn't get one from you today. Skyship Weatherlight is not a vehicle. The Weatherlight. 4 mana. When Skyship Weatherlight comes into play, search your library for any number of artifact or creature cards and remove them from the game, then shuffle your library. Yeah, this was like before the time that there were vehicles. It would be a vehicle, I think, by today's standards, but back then it was just, what was it, just a legendary artifact? This thing should be able to attack into people. Oh, I'm enjoying my coffee frappuccinos this morning. It's hot outside. Hot drinks going down, cold drinks going up. Yeah, this should be a vehicle. You should be able to attack with the Skyship Weatherlight. It should be easier than animating it, than ramming into something. Gunblade Knight! Chained to the rocks. With the addition of Blood Moon, you can chain things to stuff like Access Tunnel? What is Access Tunnel? Access Tunnel is pay 3, tap target creature with power 3 or less can't be blocked this turn. Is this a good example? How about like what's an city in the clouds? Or hold on, palace in the clouds. I think this is a better flavor fail. So Oboro Palace in the clouds with Blood Moon turns into like a mountain in the clouds. And that if you have Blood Moon in play, you'd somehow chain it to the rocks. Even though it's a cloud. Or maybe does it just become a mountain? It's like a flying mountain and then it's still like rocks. I get the idea. You chain things to rocks that are not really supposed to be rocks. Hold on, what did I got something here. I missed one. That's okay. Blood Moon makes it a mountain. Like, okay, I guess so. Palace in the Clouds falls onto the ground as a mountain. Chained in rock enchant arbor dryad. You enchant your you mean your dryad arbor. Yeah. It's rock now. Blood Moon just does weird things. Yeah, Blood Moon is a weird flavor screwer upper. Erland with Menacing Ogre. Doesn't have menace. Oh yeah, it's true. Of all the things, it should be a Hasty Ogre. Haste makes waste. And Sovereigns of Lost Alara. Sovereigns. It's a spirit in the clouds. No flying whatsoever. That's an absolute flavor fail. Does a lot of other stuff. Search your library. Whenever a creature you control attacks alone, you search your library for an aura card that could enchant that creature, put it onto the battlefield, and attach to it. That's wild. But this thing does not fly. And it is a spirit. It's a ground... I don't understand these ground spirits. We did King Makar last time. Yeah, I think King Makar is also a flavor fail, but it's not a unique one. Alright, Rot Boy! What do you got for me, Rot Boy? Some Llanowar Elf arts have only one elf. Alright, Llanowar Elves. I think it's a flavor fail that it's even called Llanowar Elves. I don't think multiple elves add up to one, like a 1/1 creature. That makes no sense to me. Like Llanowar Tribe is clearly 3 Llanowar Elves. I think the flavor fail here is that it's really should be called Llanowar Elf. Should have been Llanowar Elf from the start, from the beginning. But anyway, they screwed up big time. I don't know, maybe they had no intention of making more than one Llanowar Elf, but they did, and, well, anyway, can't go back now. But definitely flavor fail. King Ginger with the Altar of Bone. Altar of Bone. Should be an artifact. Oops, this is not an Altar of Bone. This is Altar of Bone. So green, white sorcery, sack a creature to look through your library for a creature card, put that card into your hand. After showing it to all players, reshuffle your library. Yes, the flavor is very artifact-like, although I don't know how you would balance the card from there. Having it more than once could be broken, but that is a flavor fail. Oh, we got Psycho Sigma. Scornful Egotist Errata D-type versus... Yeah, you weren't here from the beginning, but this is how we started the show. With the Scornful Egotist. It's a... Once I was human, I am now far more. It does not actually make any sense that they errated it to a human. It doesn't even look like a human in the first place. Maybe it never was a human. Alright, Termus, what do you got for me? Rise the Exiled. Being able to come into play not exiled. Rise the Exiled. Green 2 generic, 3/2 elf warrior. When Rise the Exiled attacks, you gain 1 life for each elf you control. Pay a black, sack an elf, regenerate Rise the Exiled. So hold on, what do you want this thing to do? Being able to come into play not exiled. I think if it should, you know, it would be flavorful if Rise died, you put it into exile, and then maybe you can cast it from exile. That makes sense. Yeah, the fact that it's called the Exiled and has nothing to do with exiling. This could have been a companion. This would have made sense as a companion. Llanowar Elf original art doesn't look like it. Doesn't even look like an elf. Well, I mean, I'm not gonna judge the Llanowar elves. Let's see. Oh no, that was the original art. I had it for a second. I think this, what is this, a helmet or something? It's got the ears. What is this, goggles on its eyes? This is a very, very strange helmet that they didn't really bring back. Llanowar elves then. Oh, maybe they did. They've got a really weird hairstyle where the hair is coming out from the top. Hair coming out from the top. And then here they're just dumping the helmet. Like, this helmet's stupid. This helmet offers no strategic advantage whatsoever. We're dumping it. Okay, Christopher B. Kraken's Eye in Mirrodin. No Krakens. Oh, that's true. 2 mana artifact. Whenever a player casts a blue spell, you may gain 1 life. Oh, no, but it's just the eye. It's just the eye, right? Yeah, it's the eye of the Kraken. So this is actually a flavor win. It's a big eyeball. What do we got from Anna? Taunos. Urza's Apprentice can't target mana abilities? Taunos. Urza's Apprentice can't target mana abilities. Okay, blue-red, haste, 1/3, human artificer. Blue-red, copy target activated or triggered ability you control from an artifact source. You may choose new targets for the copy. Mana abilities can't be targeted. Oh, it's Candelabra of Thanos is what, like, untaps mana, right? So this is like the mana this is the mana generating guy and cannot actually help duplicate more mana. That is a flavor fail. I guess you guys love this type of show. Hold on, we got more super chats. How many super chats? We got Blue Bomber here. Thank you so much, Blue Bomber. Rakdos, Lord of Riots. Doesn't even have Riot. You got it. You better believe it. Red, red, black, black for a 6/6 demon. You can't cast Rakdos, Lord of Riots unless an opponent lost life this turn. No Riot. Flying Trample, nothing else. That is a flavor fail. Totally agree. Unbelievable. All right, well, I guess this is a show we got to do a few more times. This was brought back from popular demand. You guys keep telling me in, like, the comment section, we want more flavor fails. You want more of it? I brought it, and apparently there's way more flavor fails to come. Maybe we got to have, like, flavor fail combo day or something like that. All right, well, that's going to be it for today's show. I got to thank everyone for showing up today. Hold on, where am I? Oh, no, I'm clicking the wrong buttons. If you want to be part of Coffee and MTG, be here Monday to Friday, 11 o'clock a.m. Central Standard Time. And also, thank you so much for supporting the show. Everyone with the super chats, being a part of the show, and also everyone who supports the channel by being a member on YouTube and a patron on Patreon. And most importantly, we got to thank everyone who's showing up here this morning. We got to thank Void, Termus, Jess, Erland, Witherfang, Zick, Barakat, King Ginger, Toads, Mr. Deadhead. We got Anna here. We got Pyre, Tommy Siddons, Abzo, Christopher B. We got Rot Boy, because Gareth. Because without you guys, I'd have no show. So as usual, my coffee crew. Whoops. Keep brewing up them coffees. Or brew up the protein frappuccino coffees. And we'll keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I'll see you at the next cup.